So I've come down to a spot that I've actually been trying to get to for quite some time. Lived here now a year and struggled to kind of get down into this area. Most of you guys would have seen this location before through Gavin's videos, but first time I've been able to get down here. So I'm down here at sunset, and I'll give you a view of what I'm looking at. Tide is on its way out, so I know I've got a good few hours. Actually, the tide's going to be fully out at around sunset, so I know I'm safe down here. So I'm going to have a scout around, wander around, and see what compositions I can come up with down here. Wandered around for about 15 or 20 minutes, and I think after a couple of test shots, I think I'm going to go with a pano on this one. If I turn you around, I'll give you a sense of what I'm looking at and what I'm thinking of doing. So we've got obviously the main structure, the main rock over there with that nice hole in. We do have some clouds starting to gather, so I'm really hoping that they hang around. It would be really nice as the sun dips. I like I like the way that this flat portion comes away from the main stack. So I think a pano. I also like the fact that we've got a little reflection happening in this pool down here, trying to get that in as well. And then we've got some greens from the seaweed. The sun is setting right behind me, so it's going to be a bit tricky, but I think I've zoomed in a little bit further, and I think I've actually passed my shadows for both myself and the tripod. So what I've done is I've taken a series of shots to make up my pano, probably across this scene. I think it was maybe 7 or 8 shots. The clouds are still hanging around, which is nice, but the problem with this shot at sunset is there's a cliff behind me, but as you can see, the sun is going to dip behind that cliff, and then what's going to happen is it's going to put our entire scene of rocks into shadow. So we're going to lose a lot of those reds and a lot of that really nice color. But what I'm hoping is that as that sun dips, these clouds up here start to see that color, and they start to turn pink. And then I'll take another series of pano shots, and basically we'll end up with a blended image of the rocks with a nice light, and then hopefully those clouds again with that nice light from the sunset. So we'll hang out for a bit and wait for golden hour to happen, and take some shots of the clouds. So it really only took about 10 minutes for that sun to disappear behind that hill. As you can see, it is well and truly gone, but what it has done is started to put some color in the sky. So thankfully my clouds are still here, and hopefully if they don't move in the next 10 minutes, I think we're going to get some really nice color. So I'm going to get shooting, and hopefully over the next 10 minutes we'll get something that I can use. If the image is good, and I hope it is, then you'll get to see it. So the image you've just seen was taken probably about 2 weeks ago, and whilst I was putting together that pano, my tripod was set up and I really didn't want to move it because I knew I'd have to take multiple exposures throughout the pano and maybe even bracket, so ended up with 3 times the amount of images. But whilst it was set up, I kind of wandered around the rock a bit, and I actually found a second composition that I just shot handheld. I did post that shot on Instagram, but I knew it could be better. It needed to be focus stacked, which I didn't do because I didn't have my tripod. So I came back, and today's weather looks interesting. We've had some rain come through. We've got some storm clouds. It's quite windy. So it's going to be one of those evenings where we're really not sure what it's going to do. If we're lucky enough to get a break in the clouds during sunset, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. But we came down here anyway. Right now the light's really nice, so I'm hoping to get out there. The waves I've got some small white caps on there. I think it look really nice against the blue. So hopefully get some success today. So I've got my scene set up here. Kind of happy, really happy with the composition. Unfortunately, as it goes, the light has vanished. There's a really big bank of clouds behind me, and if you can see that over the top of my head, well, the sun is behind that. So, you know, never know. It is very windy. We're still a ways away from blue hour, sunset, and then blue hour, but so maybe I'll get a little beam of light. I only need about 10 or 15 seconds to do this, but I'm gonna try and talk you through the composition as best I can here. What I'm looking at is these layers of rocks coming in on the bottom right hand corner and then leading up to the main rock stack, the main feature, and then on the left hand side I have this other line of rocks leading up to that same point with nice green moss on there as well. So what I am having to do here is focus stack. So I'm going to be doing about 3, if not 4, just to be safe. So obviously one really close down one really close down at the front. I would say my first portion of these rocks is probably only about 3 or 4 feet in front of the camera. So I'm going to be working my focus stack through again, maybe 3 or 4 points, and then I'm also going to bracket for the sky. Though there's no sun up there right now, those clouds are quite dramatic, so I'm going to go with that for now, and if we get lucky later on with some sun, that'll hopefully light those clouds up, but right now they are quite dramatic. So I decided to do both a vertical composition and a horizontal. I can't decide on the back of the camera which one I prefer, so let me know in the comments which one you like. So unfortunately the sun didn't come out. If anything, it's getting worse, and it's probably going to chuck it down any minute. So I got a shot, but again, the light didn't do what we wanted it to do, but I think the composition's good, and it'll just set me up for the next time I'm here. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video when I was here first time a couple of weeks ago, this place is about 20 minutes from my house, and just looking around here, scouting around really only for the second time. I think there's 101 shots to be had down here. It's beautiful, nice curves in the rocks. You get the right skies, maybe come back and do some astrophotography, maybe catch the Milky Way over the top of the arch. So I think you're going to be seeing a fair few videos of me down here. So hopefully you guys don't get bored of the same location, but I'm certainly hoping for some some different compositions, some different lighting environments, maybe even some, as I said, some night shots. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you like the two pictures from today and the one from a couple of weeks ago. Catch you soon.